Mr. Secretary, both countries, the US and Austria, are willing to make a new deal, a new partnership. But what kind of partnership could that be? There are obstacles. Austria is dealing with Huawei, is interested in a deal with Nord Stream 2. This is all against your advice. Is it a problem?
Oh goodness, there's lots of places that we're likely to find ourselves disagreeing. But at the end, the core relationship, the things that we work on together, far outweigh any of these tactical differences. Look, Austria is an important strategic partner of ours. They provide forces all over the world. Right, they have right after us, they have the largest number of the peacekeeping mission in Kosovo. These are important places, important projects. We talked a lot about the Western Balkans. These are places where our value set way overrides any tactical difference we have on a particular policy. We'll debate those. We'll debate those with Austria and other members of the EU. In the end, the transatlantic alliance is enormously valuable, and Austria sits at the center and is an important partner in that.
So the deal with Huawei is not a problem for this partnership?
Well, we think of Huawei not as a bilateral issue. We think of Huawei as presenting risk. And so our mission set is just to make sure everybody understands that Huawei is an element of the Chinese Communist Party. It's deeply connected to their military. They have access to all of the information that goes across Huawei systems. That data, Austrian people's private data on Chinese telecommunications infrastructure, is a bad idea, we believe, for anyone. We think that includes the Austrian people who want to preserve their information. And so we urge every country to make sure that their data flows only across trusted networks. It's what we're working our way towards in the United States. We now have 30 countries who have joined the coalition to have clean networks. We hope every country will come to do this, not because the United States asked them to, but because it's the right thing for their people.
Some experts say that you're in trouble with your politics with Germany, and that's the reason why you're looking for new friends across Europe, Czechia, Slovenia, and Austria. Some even say that Sebastian Kurz, our chancellor, is maybe the better alternative to Angela Merkel. What do you say?
We have a great relationship with Austria. It has nothing to do with us trying to find I guess that there would be a backdoor to have a relationship. That's silly. We have a great relationship with Austria because it is an important partner. It sits right here in the heart of Europe. They've been great partners in so many things that we've done alongside them. I know they'll continue to be. It's the reason I'm here today. Austria sometimes doesn't see itself the same way we see it. We see it as important geostrategically. We see it as having real capacity to influence not only the rest of Europe, but the rest of the world. We count on them to do that, and I wanted to come here today to talk to them about the things that matter to the American people, the things that we can work on together, and to try and find our way through those prickly issues where we don't quite see eye to eye.
Vienna is the place where the nuclear deal with Iran was signed and celebrated. You left the treaty, and now you're searching for a renewal of the arms embargo against Tehran. So didn't Mr. Schallenberg convince you that maximum pressure is the wrong way to deal with it?
We think we've made real progress at restricting the capacity for the world's largest state-sponsored terror to wreak havoc across the world. They can no longer provide as much money to Hezbollah. They can no longer provide as much money to the terrorist networks throughout Iraq and Syria. We've made the world safer as a direct result of the decision the president made not to comply with the JCPOA. We now have an arms embargo on a nation that has no business selling the most complex, sophisticated weapon systems around the world and purchasing those weapons. Those weapons will end up in places like Beirut, in the hands of Hezbollah. This isn't about the JCPOA. This is about making sure that since 2007, the UN has had an arms embargo applied against the Islamic Republic of Iran. This is not the time. They have not demonstrated their capacity to allow that arms embargo to expire. We think it's in Austria's best interest, we think it's in Europe's best interest, and the world's best interest to extend this arms embargo.
Last night you announced a major step in Middle East politics, an agreement between Israel and the United Arab Emirates. Are there more countries to follow?
We certainly hope that we can continue to work to increase Middle East stability and peace. President Trump did great work. I give great credit to Prime Minister Netanyahu and to Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, who did remarkable work as well, deciding that this was in the best interest of each of their two people. We continue to work with countries all across the region We hope there'll be more to follow that will make a similar decision that recognizes Israel's place in the world and that they're going to be here and that the best interest of their people is to do business with them and normalize relationships. We'll keep working at it. And I know there are many countries in the region who have come to understand this. I hope we have more announcements in the not-too-distant future.
Oman, maybe?
I can't get ahead of it. Each of these happens on its own timeline when the time is right for their people, and we hope that they'll see it that way before too long.
As every country in the world, you have to fight to deal with the corona pandemic. Some people say that maybe the US is suffering more than other countries because of a lack of leadership, because of wrong decisions by the Trump administration. Did anything go wrong in your country?
Yeah. This came from Wuhan, China. And the Chinese had every opportunity to act in a way that would have prevented this virus from causing hundreds of thousands of lives all across the world and trillions of dollars in economic damage. I was with a group of Austrian business leaders today. Every one of them has had their business adversely impacted, not only their bottom lines, but their ability to continue to hire Austrians and to invest around the world. This challenge falls squarely at the feet of one country. They had the capacity. They knew. They stopped travel out of Hubei province, but allowed people to continue to fly to Milan. This is how the virus got to places like Austria. It's how it got to Europe. It's how it got to the United States of America as well. The world needs to hold accountable those responsible for this global pandemic. We think we've done a good job in the United States of America. We continue to work diligently to underwrite all the nations around the world that continue to need assistance. No one has provided as much humanitarian assistance as a result of COVID as the United States of America. It's not remotely close. And we are on the cusp of having a really good set of outcomes related not only to therapeutics, but we hope with respect to the vaccine as well.
So no mistakes by Mr. Trump?
We think we've got it right.
Okay. So you're a diplomat. The president is maybe not. He called the running mate of Mr. Biden, Kamala Harris, a mean and a mad woman. So what are we supposed to expect during the election campaign until November 3rd?
Yeah, there are those who don't think I'm much of a diplomat either, because I speak my mind as well. Look, I don't get involved in U.S. domestic politics. I'm very confident that the actions that this administration has taken for 3.5 years have made the world a safer place. You saw what happened yesterday, the announcement between the United Arab Emirates and Israel, a historic peace deal, normalization between those two. This is a result of President Trump's hard work. We're proud of what we've accomplished in this 3.5 years, and we're confident that the American people will make a good decision in November as well.
Okay. Opinion polls tell us that Mr. Biden is ahead. He's maybe.
That's what they said. That's what they said last time. That's what they said last time too.
Is it fake news?
That's what they said last time too. Right about this same time, I remember where Secretary Clinton's poll numbers were.
So Mr. Trump does deserve a second term?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you very much.